Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am joined by Matt Shea, aka the person who, I don't know, MSM dude, PVZ dude, all that really cool stuff. If you don't know him, I definitely recommend him to you, because if you like MSM, you'll probably like him. So he can do an intro for himself if he feels like it, and yeah.
Hello, I'm Matt Shea. I don't know who I am either. I play several games on the internet. That's me.
Oh yeah. Um, I'll never forget the time you called me Syburr.
Syburr. Is that
Wait.
it's obviously cyber, right? So
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Not a diss on you, just
no, that's fine. People always call me Matt Shea. Like I go to the doctor and it's always Mr. Shea. I'm like, that ain't me. Next time I'm gonna ignore you.
it's like
No,
Matt
I
Sh
really don't. I assume people are gonna call me Shea.
Yeah. I mean it's Shay like the butter or something.
Yeah. Unless people call it Shea butter, I don't know.
Who knows?
It's not like Chia Pet, okay? I'm not a Chia Pet. Chia.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, as per usual, I got some questions prepared. I'm excited to ask them. Um, let's get Matt Shay to 3 million. Yeah.
I should have 3 mil, baby. I'm hoping to hit it by this summer, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah. You're like actually really close though.
Yeah, I'm
So,
58 point something K away, and in December I was getting between 1 and 2K subs a day. Right now I'm
ooh,
getting,
nice.
I think I got 1,500 yesterday, but I uploaded a banger. So,
Oh yeah.
but I'm hoping within like 3 or 4 months I'll hit it.
Yeah,
Just got
definitely.
to keep up the good work or the work anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, as I said, I got some questions prepared as per usual. So let's just get right into the first one. So first question I got is, what inspired you to get into content creation on YouTube?
Well, that's a great first question. Um, I will say, let's see. I don't know what my main inspiration was because here's the way it worked for me. I started making Minecraft videos like a couple when I was in high school.
Nice.
I was in the computer lab in my high school. I didn't have high speed internet. I had dial up internet at home. Wait, no. Yes. I got a high speed internet in 2008, but high speed was 120 kilobits or kilobytes down and 60 kilobytes per second up. So I didn't actually
Dang.
have enough bandwidth to upload YouTube videos because they're quite hefty.
Yeah.
If I wanted to say pirate a movie, like the standard movie is 700 megabytes,
Yeah.
I use that because it's a good reference because it takes about an hour and a half on my high speed internet to download a 700 megabyte movie.
Yeah.
So I couldn't upload several gigabyte files without maybe if I did it overnight kind of thing, right? But it took so long.
Yeah.
And I'm not now I'm wondering, was it an hour and a half or was it 7 hours?
Hmm.
And let's see. 700,000 divided by 120. 5,833 5833 seconds. That is 97 minutes. Hour and a half. I was right. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Ta-da! Anyway, so my computer lab, I used to upload my videos there. My friend said to me one day, I'll never forget it. I still remember the conversation. He said, "Hey, have you heard about this game called Minecraft?" I was like, "No," and he was like, "Yeah, it's like you punch wood and like you use the wood to make tools, and then like you can mine and whatnot. And there's these exploding creepers." And I was like, "What the heck is an exploding creeper?" I thought he said it was sort of, I don't even know how you described it now, but I pictured like some sort of like floating snake coming after you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's creepers, and you can decide for yourself what they actually look like, but it definitely doesn't look like a snake.
Yeah.
Um, Not that kind of snake. Anyway, so he told me about that, and I was like, "That's interesting." And then he was like, "Yeah, and have you heard of this thing called a Let's Play?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. What is that?" He's like, "Well, it's where like people play the game and show you how to play it and stuff, and they take you through it." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds pretty cool." And he showed me C Nanner's Let's Play of Minecraft.
Ooh, yeah.
Nanner's episode 1 of Minecraft, something like that. I want to look this up now. How long ago was that? 2010, I guess. 12 years ago. It's got 9 million views on it now. Welcome to Minecraft episode 1, The Basics. He showed
Ooh.
me this. This was uploaded August 25th, 2010. So I would imagine he showed me this maybe September or October of
Yeah.
2010. And this is when Minecraft was an alpha, I think. I think
Ooh,
we
yeah.
paid $15 each for the game, something like that.
Nice.
I made a few Let's Plays back then. So what inspired me at that point? Just Minecraft in general and this new idea of a Let's Play we thought was kind of cool. And we
Yeah.
wanted to sort of pursue that. We didn't pursue it super hard, but I did make a few update videos that did all right. And then I forgot about it for years. But one
Mm.
of the videos I made was what's at the top of the Nether, which is a really cool, I obviously I had a little bit of an idea of how to get views on YouTube before I really knew anything.
Yeah.
Because that is a great title.
Yeah.
For
Definitely.
a game like Minecraft where you can't actually go to the top of the Nether, you can't break through the bedrock unless you mod it. So I modded it and I was flying around and I broke through the bedrock. And I don't know how I made the video even a few minutes long because it was literally such a easy topic to
Yeah.
quickly make a 10-second video on if you wanted. But YouTube Shorts didn't exist.
Yeah.
So that was what got me started. But
Nice.
then I moved to university and I got a summer job. And I used that money from my summer job because I was working like 12-hour days, 6 days a week or 7, depending. So
Dang.
I was, making some decent. I think I got, like a $3,000 paycheck or something, and like I was like, this is awesome. I can
Oh,
put,
wow.
the majority of this towards a nice computer. So I built myself like maybe a $1,500 gaming computer
Ooh.
from, working super hard.
Yeah.
And then I had good internet at that point too, because I was no longer living on Fogo Island. I was at university in St. John's, where, the majority of people in Newfoundland are. So, they've got better infrastructure. And
Yeah.
so I started playing Surgeon Simulator because I saw Robaz. I mean, I still like him, but at the time he was one of my favorite YouTubers. I used to watch him a lot. And I don't think he uploads much anymore. He mostly streams on Twitch, as far as I know. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have gone from YouTube to Twitch, where they have a
Yeah.
much more kind of consistent support from their audience in terms of like the subscriptions and things like that. It seems to be a bit like per viewer. I think you make more money,
Oh, nice.
but
Yeah.
it's a totally different medium. And I don't know. I enjoy the YouTube stuff more. But I
Yeah.
started I started making some speed runs on that game, just for
Mm.
fun.
Nice.
And I posted one of them on Reddit, and it blew up. Got to the front page of Reddit. Gave my video like 300,000 views.
Oh,
Everyone
wow.
was talking about it. People were writing articles about, oh, this Surgeon Simulator speed run is both hilarious and whatever. People were making articles about it, and
Oh, wow.
so my video did good, and I got a few hundred subs from it. Nothing crazy. Maybe I was close to hitting 1,000 at that point, or 900 maybe.
Yeah.
Because I got like maybe 400 new subs, and I had some from the top of the Nether video that also got a few hundred K. So
Ooh.
I
Nice.
got my ball rolling, and then somebody said to me, "You should do a Let's Play." And
Oh.
I said, "Okay." So I went and I ordered a Blue Yeti
Oh, yeah.
on
Nice.
on Amazon. Great microphone. I still recommend it. Although if you're going to splurge, get a Shure SM7B. That's the mic that Michael Jackson used to record Thriller, and it's the microphone that the Foo Fighters use as well. I like to
Ooh.
say Foo Fighters, like the Christopher Walken. He said, "Have you heard this story from the Foo Fighters?"
I don't think I have.
Like Dave Grohl is telling me, he's like, he said we were on, I don't know, it was like SNL or something, and he's like, and so we were getting introduced by Christopher Walken, and he came up and he said, "So guys, is it Foo Fighters or Foo Fighters?" And they were like, "Foo Fighters," something like that, right? Or maybe
Yeah.
he was like, "It's Foo Fighters," right? And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, it is." They went along with it. So he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Foo Fighters." Which is great. It's just a great little like moment from history.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shure SM7B is an amazing mic. Like everybody uses it. Rumi, the music guy, he
Yeah.
uses it. I'm pretty sure like that 10-second songs guy probably uses it as well. Everybody uses it. It's an amazing microphone. I've had mine since 2015 or 16. Still
Oh,
on the
wow.
same mic, with the same pop filter on it. It's getting a little bit nasty now, and it's full of hair, and like there's pieces falling off it. But I could just buy another one. Like the mic itself, I feel like it's never gonna die.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice.
but yeah, so that's a bit of an aside. But I always like to shout out good tech in case anyone is an aspiring YouTuber. You don't need it. You can get $100. Like I know an AT 2020 is a great USB microphone if you're looking for. I think it's USB. I think you might be able to get a USB or the other one. But either way, that one's $130. Like you don't need to spend a ton.
Yeah.
Um, but so I got a microphone. I got a Blue Yeti, and I started just recording Let's Plays, and they were awkward and they were really bad, honestly, like just not good at all. Um, but people watched. I was getting up to 100 views a video, and I was saying to my girlfriend at the time, like, I got 100 views on this video. 100 people watch this. This is great. You
Yeah.
know, just making video. I was making videos on random indie games. Just whatever I came across that I thought was funny, I would make a video on it. Just throw it together. It would take me like 20 minutes to record it, another like 30 minutes to edit it. It would be up within a couple of hours. And then I got to the point where I was doing it twice a day, where I was, doing that same thing twice a day to make 2 videos a day.
Dang.
Because Jacksepticeye set the freaking bar, and I was like, okay, if you can do it, so can I, Sean.
Yeah.
And then I started getting really burnt out and went back to one. But I'm skipping ahead, of course. The point is, I started making Let's Plays because somebody suggested I do it, and I was liking the attention. I was liking the fact that I was getting views. It felt good. It
Yeah.
felt good to have people watching and saying, "Hey, this was a good video," and I was flattered. And I just used that feeling, that motivation from other people to keep going.
Yeah.
And so then I just started chasing, like when new games would come out. I did really well on Goat Simulator when it came out. Surgeon Simulator updates, like when they released the gobble shaft surgery on the alien, stuff like that. Like these are like relics of the past at this point. I mean, for God's sakes, the Goat Simulator 3 is out now. Okay,
Yeah.
they're 2 Goat Simulators later. No, there's no 2, but the point is, I was just kind of doing whatever I like. There was no like one inspiration for me. It was more of like that's the story. That's what happened to me. I fell into it, and that might actually be one of the reasons why I'm so successful. Because I didn't come on YouTube because I thought that I was better than everybody else, and I thought that I was amazing and funny and hilarious. Like I didn't come to YouTube with a chip on my shoulder, and that's the reason I started. Like a lot of people do. Like a lot of people are like, I could do this so much better than other people. I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, sure, you're gonna give me views, I'll give this a shot. And oh, you like this, I'll keep doing it. And I just, like I said, explore and exploit. So at that point, it was all exploring because I had no friggin' idea what I was doing. But here we are. I kept it going because the motivation that I did get, the inspiration came from the viewers at the end of the day. So I fell into it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's always I've probably said this in a previous interview or two before, but like not to sound like a broken record, but like it's just always nice to hear like the backstory of
Right,
people who
yeah.
you watch.
The humble beginnings, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still humble. I like to think I am anyway. I'm
Yeah.
not out here flexing. I'm not an Andrew Tate type or anything. I'm not like, what color is your Bugatti? You don't have a Bugatti? You can't talk to me if you don't have a Bugatti.
Yeah.
You got a Rolex? You don't got a Rolex? Yeah, no, I'm not one of those guys. I don't have a Rolex.
Yeah.
I don't have. I drive an Audi Q5, but I literally just signed the papers to sell it today because I don't really drive. I live in Vancouver and I just walk everywhere.
Yeah.
But the nicest vehicle I've ever owned was an Audi S3 that I bought when I first started blowing up, like real big on YouTube.
Nice.
And I wanted a nice car, so I bought an Audi S3 right off the lot, blue, beautiful car, and I only sold it because I moved to Vancouver. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah. All right, so for the next question, kind of piggybacking off the last one, for anyone looking to start a gaming channel or just a channel in general on YouTube, what tips would you just generally give?
Yeah, I like this question because I do get asked this a lot, but I always like answering it because like a lot of people give you really bad advice, I feel.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like it seems a lot of people are successful and they don't know why. Like they're successful and they think they're successful because they're better than other people or something. But like at the end of the day, my advice is usually how to cope with the mental strain of trying to become a YouTuber or trying to be like the thing is you're going to have really bad days. You're going to have it's an ebb and flow. You're going to have days where you get views and days where you don't. You're going to have days where you upload and you're like, this was great. People love this video. And you're going to have days where you upload a video and you want to delete it right away because it does so bad.
Yeah.
But what you got to remember is that your career as a gamer, if you're trying to get anywhere, it's not an overnight thing. And it's not going to begin overnight, but it's also not going to end overnight. All that matters is that you continuously do what you do. So if you're going to be starting a gaming channel, my advice would be pick pick 3, and this is not my usual advice is just do what you enjoy that you think your audience will enjoy. If you're just starting out though, like if you don't have an audience, that's something that you're going to have to build. So I would say pick like maybe 3 games that you can upload content on. If you just want to use it as an outlet, like if you just want to do it for fun and you're not worried about the views at all, well, first of all, you're probably not going to end up being a successful YouTuber, because anyone who completely ignores the views is not going to really have any idea what people want.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to do that, you can just make standard Let's Play videos and just say whatever. Now, my standard Let's Play videos that I started making when I first did a Let's Play, I played a game called Lone Survivor. That series didn't bring me anywhere. That series didn't, skyrocket me anywhere. It was actually the quick trends, the taking advantage of the fact that a bunch of people are interested in a game at once, taking advantage of a new game coming out.
Yeah.
So I would say if you can pick like 2 or 3 games that you can make content on regularly that you actually enjoy, that are at least a little bit popular. Like, don't pick a game no one plays, but like, for example, like let's say you want to make mobile game videos. Okay, so take a look. Like, what are the most popular mobile games, right? Like, what are they?
Yeah.
Find that out. Find out what your audience, like what your niche is going to be, and then from there you can kind of figure out what you should be playing, or what you could at least stand to play regularly, because not every game is going to be like something that you can regularly enjoy. It might be one of those things where you played it for a little while and you got sick of it. So see if you can find a game that you're not going to get sick of, at least a couple, so that you can make content on those as a consistency thing, so that you're being consistent, so your audience knows what you're going to be coming out with. And then try and find out what's like new and exciting as well. Like, see if there's any new releases coming out, yada yada yada. Well, I guess for the Play Store, I was trying to look this up on my computer right here, but it was just giving me like bad results. I wanted to see the top charts, right? Charts. Top free games are usually garbage, so I wouldn't even recommend looking through them if you're trying to find like good games, because most of them aren't. But there's a few in there that actually are pretty decent. But the top paid games seem to be like a really good idea, or top grossing even. Top grossing could be a good one. Like Candy Crush is a top grossing game. Coin Master, I mean, I personally have no interest in Coin Master, but I've seen lots of ads for it. Like, I'd like to thank you for this award, but I just found out that my friend Steve rated me in Coin Master. Like, you ever see those videos?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But if you go, like, top grossing is often free games. Top paid games, though: Minecraft, Bloons TD6, Geometry Dash, Stardew Valley, Angry Birds, Terraria. Like, these are all games that you can make content on if that's your style, right? Those are all the most popular games. So, like, Minecraft's an obvious choice. If you want to be a gamer, like, sure, you make Minecraft videos, but don't make Minecraft episode 1 getting wood. Okay, don't do that.
Yeah.
Make it, if you are familiar with Minecraft and you've played it a bunch, the first thing you should do is think outside the box. What's something I can do in Minecraft that people don't normally do or can't normally do? For me, it was break through the bedrock, find out what's at the top. Nothing, of course. Duh. You didn't think there was going to be a party up here, did you? But ask the question and make your viewers want to find the answer. So you can make a video called, like, let's say, oh, Minecraft, I want to make a Minecraft video, but I want to make 100 times more slimes than normal. Or I want slimes to spawn everywhere. Like, figure out how to do that. Go find a mod for it. I'm sure there are mods like slime spawning mod Minecraft, right? Like, find out a little bit about your niche, and see like what people are doing. This obviously this is very like in depth. You can go crazy with this. You can find all kinds of mods. You can go to the mod Nexus for whatever game and find like the most popular mods and make videos on those. Bloons TD6 is a great example of this. Now you're gonna need to do it on a computer, but Bloons TD6 is one of the most popular mobile games. So it fits in my niche. I haven't played it in a while, but it is one of those games I like to come back to, and games I can cover updates on if I want. And it might be good for my channel, but at the end of the day, the run-of-the-mill videos still won't be the ones that get me anywhere. I'm gonna need to make videos on something more interesting than the average experience in a game, because anyone can have the average experience in a game. If you're gonna go watch someone on YouTube, you're gonna want to see something different, right? People don't watch Mr. Beast for Mr. Beast. They watch Mr. Beast for the fact that he's gonna do something crazy in it, right? He's gonna spend $10,000 on something weird, or he's gonna give away 100 grand or something that you're not gonna get somewhere else. Of course, everyone's copying him now, but he started it.
Yeah.
So if you can get anything out of all the stuff I just said, it's think a little bit outside the box and make sure you're at least in a decent niche.
Yeah.
Roblox is another good one. If you're like looking for like low common denominator games that like a lot of people are going to understand, like make concepts that people can understand. Like even someone who like might not play Roblox might watch a Roblox video if it's interesting enough.
Yeah.
So try and make videos that stick out to someone who might be familiar with the game because of the fact that they might not be familiar with the situation in the game. I did
Yeah.
that with Terraria when I made my first Terraria video after streaming it a bunch. I said Terraria, but I summon infinite minions. And that's a pretty cool thing to do because you can't normally do that in Terraria, right?
Yeah.
And those videos, they do well because it's something different. So if you can deliver something to your audience that's different, do it. But in terms of just getting started as a gaming channel, like I said, get a cheap microphone. You don't need to get anything crazy. Spend $100 on a mic.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a computer that can run what you want to do. And you don't need a webcam to start if you don't want to. Well, plenty of people don't use one at all. I mean, like Gray Still Plays doesn't, and he's wicked popular. Dangerously Funny doesn't. He's wicked popular. Let's Game It Out. He's wicked popular. Like those guys, they don't use face cam. You don't need that. But you do need a microphone if you're going to be a serious like gamer, especially if you want to be any kind of personality at all. You're going to need to talk in your videos.
Yeah.
But remember that you're going to suck for a long time. Because I did. I'm like, it's not like I'm looking down on someone who's starting. Like, you're gonna suck, okay? Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you, okay? You're gonna suck when you start. You're gonna be awkward, and you're gonna look back on it in a year if you keep going, and you're gonna say, "Wow, I really sucked back then." But if you get to that point where you've managed to make videos for an entire year and you're able to look back and see your progress, you are on the right track. You might not be exactly where you want to be right away, but you're on the right track. Make sure that any kind of views that you manage to get, you happen to get a video that pops off, keep going with that. Follow it up if possible. You don't need to milk it into the ground. Keep your other things going as well, but have a variety of things happening and also have a variety of new things that you introduce now and then to keep people to kind of find out where your audience what your audience has an appetite for, right?
Yeah.
But if you're just starting out and you're like not really concerned with the specifics, I say just do it. Just do it. Just make the video. It doesn't need to be great. You can make great videos later. That's what I did. I made the crappy ones first, and then eventually I made some good ones. And now I'm at a point where I was going to say make videos with my eyes closed, but not really. I mean, yes, I could, but people would probably rather if my eyes were open. But I've been doing it so long, I can do it with my hands behind my back. I've done that before, actually. I did Geometry Dash, but I played with my foot, so
Wow.
that didn't do that great, but that's one of those do something different in a game and see if people like it.
Yeah. All right. So next question is kind of I don't know how to describe the question, so I'll just ask what was the motive behind creating the Shayy channel? And will it ever make a comeback?
So Shayy started after I moved, right? Shayy started after I moved to Vancouver. My first Shayy videos were filmed. Well, all my Shayy videos were filmed in the same office. I haven't made a Shayy video since I moved, I believe. Shayy has been dormant for a long time, but just because something is dormant doesn't mean it's dead. Okay, it's sleeping. The Shayy channel is sleeping right now, and yes, it will make a comeback someday. The reason that I started Shayy is because, well, I mean, you can almost look it up. Like if you search up Shayy, Matt Shea, you go to Wikitubia. Here's what it says. Shayy is a YouTube channel created by Matt Shea. Due to a quote-unquote dying channel swarming with kids looking for battle cats, Matt Shea decided to create a new channel to make content he enjoyed making. This channel blew up in popularity. Okay. Pretty cool. I only made 40 plus videos, but I did pretty well with it because I knew what I wanted to do. Like I knew what type of videos I wanted to make, and I made them. The reason I haven't uploaded more recently is because I just found that I've a lot of things I've done in the past have sort of spread me thin. So like I started streaming for a while on Twitch. And then after a while, I was like, well, Twitch is not going to be like, it's not really, it was good for an outlet, which is what I wanted it for. I wanted something where I could relax, stop worrying about the views, and just
Mm.
worry about having fun. But it's almost impossible to do that. After a while, you always sink into that same sort of like, you're always comparing yourself to the last time, the last stream. Like,
Mhm.
that is always going to be there. So that is a net negative on your psyche, let's say, because of course it is. If it's not managed well, especially, you're going to have a bad time sometimes. You're going to have to constantly think about the views, and you know you got to balance that out by also enjoying yourself, but you don't want to enjoy yourself too much, because then you're not
Yeah.
taking into consideration what your audience wants. So I made
Yeah.
Shayy because I wanted to make some real life videos. I wanted to talk about, say, curse commercials. I wanted to talk about bad mobile game ads, stuff like that I could do on Matt Shea. But if I did it on a separate channel, I wouldn't be locked into gaming anymore. It's a non-gaming channel. That was the point.
Yeah.
Now, I never said myself that I was to get away from the swarming Battle Cats kids or something. That's like, and the quote unquote dying channel part, like, I don't think I said that either. Like, my channel has been in different phases. I would say my channel went through a quote unquote bear market for the last like few years, where my content was okay, but it wasn't popping off. Now I'm
Yeah.
popping off a little more because of MSM. But if MSM didn't come around, I'd probably be doing a little more exploring, trying to find my next game to find out what's going to pop off next. But if you don't need to do that so much, then you can take a break. With
Yeah.
Shayy, I had a lot of fun. I definitely got a lot more out of it than I thought I would in terms of like the subs and the views. And I think one day I just started getting discouraged by it. I felt like I had made so many videos of the same type that I didn't have anything left to add, which
Yeah.
is a bad place to be in as a YouTuber, because you got to remember that there are people out there making garbage content that gets way more views than you. Okay, there are people
Yeah.
out there making absolutely terrible content. Like, remember, Leafy would literally just go, "Hey, what's up, guys? It's Leafy, and I fucking hate this kid right now. Like, he is the worst. Like, look at his face." And like, he just basically like just talk trash about people,
Yeah.
like garbage content, like very uninspired content in my opinion. But
Yeah.
people like that, they still do well because they have this like chip on their shoulder. They're confident, they think that their content's really good, and eventually they find an audience who feels the same way. It's like one of those, like, if you believe in yourself, other people will believe in you too,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I shouldn't have gotten so discouraged by it, but eventually I started kind of building it up in my own head, and like I put it on a pedestal almost, where it's like, oh well, I got to make a video, but if I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna have to make a really good video. And then I made one video and I came back and it didn't do that great, and then I was like, well, I don't really want to follow this up now.
Yeah.
So one day I'm gonna go back to Shayy. I think it'll probably be once I move to Newfoundland.
Right.
Then I think I will have a little less on my mind, and I'll be
Yeah.
able to focus a little bit more on um, being able to do a couple of side projects, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm very focused on my channel, like my YouTube channel, my main one, and I have been for the last year or more. Because I
Yeah.
sat down, last summer with my girlfriend and talked about it with her, and like I talked about it with multiple people probably and whatnot. But the point is, we sort of came up with a strategy. I came up with a strategy, and she helped by, like, she's good at that. She'll like make suggestions, or she'll say, "Well, I know you really enjoy this. Like, maybe you should find a way that you can do this in your videos." Or, "Oh, I know you really like this type of content," or, "I know you really like doing this thing. Like, is there a way you can incorporate that?" So, like, really good questions. And what I came up with was, I need to have more series. I need to have more things that people can come back to my channel for. I
Yeah.
have Battle Cats, but otherwise I didn't really have anything that was drawing people in regularly. And
Right.
I was like, I need to create a backlog of content that people can go back to. And every time I do a one-off video, there's a chance someone goes back and watches more. But if it's not the
Yeah.
same game, it's kind of hard. They're like, man, well, you're not playing the game I want, right? Like, look at my
Yeah.
views. Like I said, the big spread in them. Um, some of my videos will get like 20K in the first day, whereas a video I uploaded yesterday got 280 in the first 21 hours. So,
Yeah.
um, it's it's hard to reconcile that, right? It's hard to be like, okay, well, sure, like, do I never make the 20,000 view videos? Well, you
Yeah.
can do both.
Yeah.
Don't spread yourself too thin. And with Shayy, eventually I felt like I needed to focus more on my main channel, where I can sort of set myself up for long-term success. So when I started PVZ, I started that with the intention of making it an indefinite series on my channel, something that I can come back to week after week. Battle
Yeah.
Cats is the same way. My Singing Monsters was also the same way. I remember writing in my journal when I started playing those games, and I said, PVZ did really well. This could be a hit. This could be my next big series.
Yeah.
And I said the same thing about MSM. And I kept them going. Sometimes PVZ does good, sometimes it doesn't, but MSM seems to always pop off, and Battle Cats seems to be better than PVZ every time. So, like, it's consistent, but not across different games. But I
Yeah.
wanted to put more of my time. I wanted to focus on the main channel. That's why I stopped streaming. That's why I haven't posted on Shayy. I wanted to make sure that I had my like future set up in a way where like I don't neglect the thing that makes me money, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh geez, I could go to work today, but I could stay home and play video games, and that's a lot of fun too. Well, sure, but you're gonna get fired, idiot.
Yeah.
So I've been focusing for a long time now on the thing that pays the bills that I do enjoy, and I've found ways to enjoy it more, right? I've found ways to ignore some of the inconsistencies on YouTube, like, oh, I got a number 10 video today. Whatever. It's one day. Okay?
Yeah.
It's one video out of thousands. Your next video will be better. And even if it's not, just remember that you can always upload an MSM video and get a couple 100,000 views. All right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Just focus on the fact that you have something good and deliver it again and again, and the rest will fall into place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Shay's gonna make a comeback, but that's why I've been focusing more on my main channel.
All right. Next question. What has been your favorite game to make videos on?
Probably Cuphead, if I had to pick one,
Oh, nice.
because Cuphead is one of my favorite games ever, and it was a lot of fun. Like I played Cuphead on my own. I didn't make videos on it until I decided to, and then I was like, okay, well, I've already completed the game. Why don't I make a series beating the game in expert mode? I'll beat each boss in expert mode.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun because I love the challenge. I love a game with a good challenge. So I really enjoyed Cuphead. I've also really enjoyed my series on Hollow Knight. Like that's the least viewed of all my content, but it's so much deeper than a lot of the content I make. Like it's not shallow at all. Like I voiced like every character. Like, you know, I got into the lore. I like, you know, got all the endings. Like I did everything.
Yeah.
And that was definitely a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed the Hollow Knight. I would say the Hollow Knight series. But I would say probably Cuphead if I had to pick one game. There's been a lot of games I've had a lot of fun making videos on for sure. So
Yeah. Honestly, I personally think it would be really cool to see you play Deltarune. I don't know if you played the first or second chapters of it, but honestly, it's
does that
really
have anything to do with Undertale?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's honestly, I hate to say it, but it's like much higher quality than Undertale, and it has
Oh,
like,
don't say that. They're gonna kill you for saying that.
I
How
mean,
dare you? Talking trash about my Undertale?
no, Undertale's great, I
You have a
swear, but
bad
like,
time.
oh
I
no,
haven't really
not
played
Sam.
the
But yeah, I mean, if you want to maybe have a new series, I don't know how you work through your
Yeah, I don't know
content.
how my audience would react to it, but I'm open. I'm open to doing an episode 1 on like pretty much any game just to see what happens, right?
Yeah, yeah. All right. Might as well move on to the next question. We're gonna go into kind of like different categories. So your three biggest series are Battle Cats, PvZ, and MSM, as we all probably know at least somewhat. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
start off with the Battle Cat questions.
Okay.
Oh well, actually, yeah, I totally missed this question. So it's basically what I was saying. But between Battle Cats, PvZ, and MSM, what has been your favorite game, whether to play or just record or both?
Mm. Uh, my knee-jerk reaction is to pick MSM because I've had so much fun, but then I
Yeah,
also like it depends on which PvZ as well. Like I think PvZ 1 is a masterpiece. I think it's a
yeah,
perfect game. It could be a little bit more difficult, but you can always just play the endless mode, or you can like install a mod that makes it harder. But as a
yeah,
game, like it came out before things got really scammy, like
mm-hmm,
before microtransactions dominated everything.
yeah,
So like PvZ 1 just has a certain charm to it that you don't see in games anymore.
yeah,
Um, so I almost want to pick PvZ for that reason, like for the strategy of it. MSM doesn't have strategy. Like MSM, I could play PvZ on my own, and probably have a lot more fun than if I played MSM on my own. But I have a lot more fun playing MSM in front of a camera and having fun and like imitating the monsters and just having a good time, right? It's just an easy
Yeah.
game to have a good time in. So in terms of recording right now, like my favorite is MSM, but gameplay wise, I might pick PvZ. That's not to say Battle Cats is bad. I just been playing it a long time, and although I haven't made a lot of progress recently, it's just it doesn't have that heavy hitting appeal it used to.
Yeah. I felt like I was gonna say. I felt I there's something I feel like I was gonna say about PVZ too. Oh yeah, yeah. Honestly, I've kind of been on and off playing it. PVZ too.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen the ending ever to the game, which I'm surprised about personally, because
one
usually I
PvZ
yeah.
or
What?
PvZ 1 or 2.
Two.
Okay, I didn't even know there was an ending.
I think there is.
If you get to the end of all the worlds, I'm sure there's something.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
probably
do
like
they sing a song? I really like the ending of PvZ 1 when they sing the "Zombies on Your Lawn" song.
yeah. I mean, I bet like the ending to PVC 2 is probably like Dave gets his taco and is like, "Yay, celebration time" or something. I honestly have no
Probably,
clue.
probably just dances.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably figure out through your series when you get to that episode or whatever. So, I mean, I'll
Mm,
be looking forward to that.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, not and I don't know. I'm trying to do a transition. Anyways, next question. What Battlecats level would you say has been the hardest one for you?
See, someone asked me this like the other day in a stream,
Hmm.
and every time someone asks me this, all I can picture is Dabu of the Dead, the gigantic round zombie in that
Yeah.
game. There's a level where Dabu comes out, and he's got this huge attack with a huge range on it, and he's protected by metal enemies. There's metal rhinos and metal seals, and possibly other metals as well. And if you don't get good crits, if you don't get good luck on your crits, you are doomed.
Oh no.
So it frustrated me more than anything I could remember in a long time. Like I was straight up raging trying to beat that level because part of the reason was because I wanted to make a good PvC. I'm looking at your questions here on the screen and it's messing
Yeah.
me up. Battle Cats. I wanted to make a good Battle Cats episode, right? And I was like really looking forward to pulling this off. And I sunk over an hour into it, and then I sunk another hour of just rage-induced like attempts again and again and again. I was just trying and trying and trying, and I finally did beat it after 2 hours, like after 2 hours of recording. But man, was that a tough level. I mean, the thing about Battle Cats is every level gets easier over time. I
Yeah.
forget the name. There's a name on that. There's a certain phrase for when a game's updates or when a game gets easier over time or something. I forget what that's called.
Hmm.
But there's a certain word on it. They say like I remember I was doing like a Battle Cats memes thing or something. Anyway, whatever that is. Point is like that level will just get easier over time because the cats keep getting stronger, right?
Yeah.
But at the time it was really really difficult. But I got through it.
Nice. Yeah. I guess you could say that one saying, "Practice makes perfect." Yay.
Right. In this game, grinding makes perfect. Just level up your cats. Like people say to me all the time, I can't get past Into the Future Chapter 1 Moon. What do I do? I'm like, you think I even know what stage that is now? Level up your cats, okay? Just level them up. You can't beat it, level up the cats. Shut up. Don't ask me questions. I
Yeah.
always tell people, I'm like, do not ask me about things I did in Battle Cats 5 years ago. I do not remember. Okay. I don't usually tell them to shut up, though, but
Yeah.
you never know. I might have to say it sometimes.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. Another Battlecast related question. Kind of a classic question. What cats are your favorite and least favorite in Battlecats?
Mm. Well, I always have two favorites, and that's Can Can and Pizza. They're
Oh
both
yeah.
really heavy hitting cats. Can Can does an insane amount of damage to one enemy and gives you more money when you kill that enemy. So she's amazing for like so many situations. She's tanky as heck as well. And Pizza is kind of the same way, but he's slower, but he does area attack with a wave. So
Mhm.
between the two of them, they're pretty much always in my loadout. And then like if I was to pick like an Uber, like I really like Ultraland Pasaland just because I don't know, he's unknown cat, and he becomes this disgusting creature. And the Lugas are a lot of fun in that game just to look at. Um, But yeah, those would be my favorites. Least favorite. Um, I don't like the thing is I have many cats that I don't use. So
Mm,
like I'll pick an enemy maybe if I'm gonna pick a least favorite.
yeah.
Probably. Who is Sleipnir is my least favorite enemy. The angel horse thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's got huge range and a super fast attack, and like Ramen can handle him for meat shielding, but then you got to get something in there to kill him, and like he'll shred you if you don't have the right units, and I just hate him for that.
Yeah. Dang. All right. Now moving on to PVZ. I know you haven't completed PVZ 2 yet, but I feel like I might as well ask the question. So between PVZ 1 and 2, which one would you say you enjoy more?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I don't think I need to complete the whole game to compare them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, if you ignore, say, the visuals or whatever else, I would pick PVZ one.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
for its time, it was I think a better game than what PVZ two is for its time.
Yeah.
Um, like I mean, how many years ago did PVZ one even come out? It's a long time ago, and it just holds up so well. I mean, the graphics are a little dated, but you can
Yeah.
get PVZ HD on mobile, which I think has microtransactions in it, so it might be a little bit more scammy, as I like to say,
Yeah.
in terms of like you know here's content, but if you actually want the content, you have to pay. But then again, you can probably grind and get it. I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
played PvZ HD, but the point is there is an HD version of it. If you're kind of put off by how kind of low quality the graphics are in PvZ one, but
Yeah.
either way, I would say PvZ one's a better game because
Yeah.
it's not EA. It's not an EA game. It's a
Yeah.
pop cap. And then EA bought PopCap and they made PvZ two.
Yeah.
And there are some things I really like about PvZ two. Like
Mm,
I do like I really like the visuals. I hate the fact that it's 30 frames per second, but there is a
yeah.
mod you can install that makes it 60 frames per second.
Ooh, yeah.
And then there's also some really cool mods and there's PvZ Eclipse and then there's
Oh, yeah.
PvZ Reflourished. I
Yeah.
stopped playing Eclipse because I wanted to do more of the like main PvZ experience, but I might start playing Reflourished.
All right.
I've heard there's some like ethical issues with the creator of Eclipse as well.
Oh.
Like, not that
Mm,
I'm not necessarily gonna not play a game because I heard that the person who made it is a jerk or something or like a racist or whatever. It depends on the situation, of course, but
yeah.
I wouldn't take something away from my audience because of something one person did. I just stopped playing it because one, it is really hard, and I found like the content, well, like it took me a lot longer to record, but also like it was a lot that I would be missing by not playing the main game
Yeah.
and other people would not be able to relate to it as much because I want to look out for my casual gamers out there. You know, the ones who play PvZ2 now and then and they're having a good time. They want to see me play the same game they're playing, or else you're just going to say, "What's going on exactly? Why does this look different? Like what's happening here?"
Yeah.
So, PvZ2, I do like the visuals, um, more so than PvZ1. I do like the plant food effects and things like that. It's generally not a bad game at all, but it is very heavily monetized. And a lot of the times you play the game and you feel like the only reason you're winning is, or like at least with me, like I feel like the only reason I'm winning is because um, you can basically pay to win in the game.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
care. I mean, you're still going to be challenges. You're still going to have to do conveyor belt levels and things like that, which are going to be more difficult. Or they're
Yeah.
going to choose your plants for you, which is more difficult. But I find in general it seems to be like easier, you
Yeah.
know. But also PvZ one, like I don't think I lost like a single level in that. So like
Yeah.
I think I might have like a couple of roof levels I might have lost like once, but like I pretty much like just perfected. I had perfected is the, but that's not what I mean. I like perfect ran the game almost because it was
Yeah.
so easy. Um, so yeah, I think PvZ one, definitely not PvZ three. That one's not
Oh yeah.
very good.
I was gonna say, yeah, we don't talk about PVC 3.
I
That's
want,
like,
you know, my one PvZ three video did good, and I turned around to record more, and I realized that it was gone again. I was like, damn
oh.
it! I wanted to make more content. The video did good, like
Yeah.
much better than the average video. So when it comes out again, their next release of PvZ three,
Yeah.
I will definitely at least make a video on it, if not several.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah.
It's a weird game though. It feels really like flat. Like it
Yeah.
feels very like it's like yeah, I think flat is a good word for it. It's like you crack open a nice Coca-Cola and that Coca-Cola is like PvZ1.
Yeah.
And then maybe PvZ2 is Pepsi. and
Yeah.
like PVZ3 is like a flat can of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is a cola brand in Canada. I don't know if it's in America. Pick your Big Eight. It's a Big Eight. You got Big Eight?
I also, I
What's a
probably,
good name an off-brand cola? Okay, I'm trying to make an analogy
um,
here.
I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to think of one. Um, I don't know, probably like some sort of what Weiss brand.
I don't know what
I
that
don't,
is. Anyway, the point
I
is,
don't,
it does feel flat. It feels like it's got no like personality to it or something.
yeah,
It feels like it's a step back in time. The graphics feel worse because they're 3D now, but they're like low poly 3D, and
yeah,
like you can't even really like. I almost feel like you're much further away from the action as well. Like PVZ2 has a good sort of like layout,
yeah,
especially for me with the face cam because my face cam just goes over the mowers. I never have to miss anything.
yeah,
Like I don't have to cover up the plants that I'm using or anything, which
yeah.
is really nice. I do appreciate that, and I appreciate that they changed the almanac recently and made that look a lot better.
Oh yeah,
Um, but yeah, so
yeah. At least
I
they're,
think that sums up your question.
yeah. At least they're still putting some sort of time into the game, which is nice.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at least they're listening a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, we
Yeah,
hear you. The game sucks. Let me see if we can make it better." I
yeah,
don't know if they will or not. They were gonna have to like do a 180 or something.
yeah. But the second question I have regarding PVZ is kind of similar to the Battle Cats question we
Yeah.
asked earlier. But
hmm
what do you say is your favorite plant and least favorite? And if you have an answer for this one too, zombies as well.
PVZ1, my favorite plant was the Gloom Shroom because of the fact that it was, an area damager. And in PVZ1, because there were very few zombies that could actually get over your garlics, the uh, garlic Gloom Shroom strat was really nice.
Yeah,
Um, Gloom is after Fume, right? You upgrade your Fume Shroom into a Gloom Shroom.
yeah,
I really like that in PVZ1. Um, I'm a big fan of the repeater as well. Like when it comes to just like a good, like solid plant, for some reason, I just really like the repeater. It's just, I never want to pick the pea shooter if I can have a repeater because the repeater shoots too, right? He's twice as good. Even though you have to pay more for him, I don't care.
yeah.
I don't want to, I don't want to fill my board up. I don't know what people call it, a map, a board, a play field, whatever. I don't want to fill it
Really,
up
I don't really know.
with pea shooters. Okay,
Yeah,
that sounds lame, but give me a repeater any day of the week. Bonk Choi is one of my favorites, probably
yeah.
my favorite in PVZ. And I have a level 7 Bonk Choi now because I bought a whole bunch of greens,
Oh wow.
the
Yeah,
greens plants, and I just got a whole bunch of Bonk Choi. So, like, he can take out a bucket head zombie by himself before the zombie gets close enough to actually do any
yeah,
damage to him.
yeah,
Nuts. I think he can anyway. If you pair that with like something that slows the zombies, he's pretty insane. Of course, he doesn't have that area damage. You can only punch one at a time. I'm pretty sure,
yeah,
but he's still pretty great. And like you can always pair that with like a fume shroom as well. Put a fume shroom behind him, and like you're doing both pierce damage and like heavy damage to the thing in the front. So
yeah,
if you've got, it's great for like levels where you have like the one in Neon Mixtape Tour where there's like a lady on like rollerblades and she's got like a rainbow behind her. Just
yeah.
punch her in the face till she dies, and then you're good.
Yeah,
And then you can take it everybody else. So like Bong Choi is really good for that. I like
yeah,
him a lot. Um, who else do I really like in that game? I mean, obviously Mega Gatling is amazing. I use
yeah,
him a lot. He's a really fun one.
yeah,
Um, I'm trying to think. Are there any more that I like really like? Those are the ones that stick out to me the most. I know we don't have a Gloom Shroom, but we do have Fat Beat and also
I
Mr. Beast. Oh, he's called Beast. Is he? What? Kiwi Beast? No,
wait. Isn't
I
it
call him.
Kiwi Beast? I don't really know.
I think is it Kiwi Beast PVZ 2. He's called Kiwi Beast, all one
Nice.
word. I just call him Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
I made a couple of like today we're gonna do the whatever challenge, and if I win, I get $10,000. We did a couple of those. Like Miranda did the edit where she like put in the text on the screen, and like this is funny. Um,
yeah,
it's a fun plant, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have the same appeal to me as the Gloom Shroom does. So
yeah,
Gloom Shroom is my favorite in PVZ1, and I'll pick Bonk Choi for PVZ2. He's you get him early, and he does a good job. He's got two directions as well, so you really can't get past the guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
And did you answer what your least favorite was?
Oh, my least favorite.
Yeah.
Huh. Least favorite. I feel like I need a list. All plants in PVZ2.
I mean, when in doubt, you can say that. What's the carrots called? Something carrot. Um,
Intensive carrot.
intensive carrot. Yeah, I don't think many people like that. Because
The one that revives. I don't like
yeah.
cabbage pult, man. I got no time for the cabbage
I'm like,
pult. Not
yeah,
even a second. I'm like cabbage pult. No thanks. I would
yeah,
rather not. Who else? I'm looking through the list here now. Cabbage pult's probably gonna be my choice, man. Like I never use the cabbage pult. I'm like, no
yeah.
thanks.
It
Cabbage,
really,
not
yeah, it really
cabbage is like
doesn't.
it's a pretty low tier vegetable usually. Although it is pretty good in like coleslaw, and it's good with Newfie cooked dinner.
Ooh,
Cooked dinner,
nice.
of course, most dinner is cooked, but in Newfoundland we call it cooked dinner. Cooked dinner is also called Sunday dinner because you has it after church
Ooh,
a lot of
nice.
the time, and usually it's salted water with boiled vegetables
Mm,
and well, it's salt beef boiled with vegetables, so everything gets all salty. And salt cabbage is wonderful.
nice.
Looking through this list, I'm pretty sure I've made my choice. It's cabbage pulp. To heck with the cabbage pulp. Nobody cares
Yeah,
about it.
definitely. It's okay if you don't have an answer for this one, but like via zombies, would you say you have any zombies that are more that you like more or less?
Um, in PvZ1, I really hated the pogo zombies. I
Oh
think
yeah,
those were terrible.
yeah.
Um, uh, most of the other zombies aren't too bad, but the pogo zombies are actually the ones that stop me from beating my PvZ. But every level gets 10% faster.
Oh yeah,
That was really fun though, man. I got all the way to level like 5, 7 or something before I gave up. Like
yeah.
I was so close, and if I had to keep going, I could have done it. A couple people actually did take me up on the challenge and got in there and put the speed on, the speed
Ooh,
up, the speed hack on, and managed to beat it. Like a couple people did it. I could have done it. I was like, I just don't. I've already been recording for so long. Like this is as far as I've managed to get. I'm going to throw in the towel here. But I
yeah.
bet you if I had to go back and really try, I could have beaten the whole game, and that would have been the final level would have been on like 6 times speed or something.
Dang.
It's a little crazy, but that's what you got to do to actually get PvZ to be like difficult. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
In PvZ 2, um, I really don't like those guys that explode and like the Wild West guys that explode and end up on the other side of
Oh
you. Those
yeah.
are really annoying.
It's basically the
Um,
miners of
but
PvZ too.
I'll tell you what I hate the most: wizards.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Screw the wizards. Oh, and then your plants turn into sheep. And you got to kill the guy, or else your plants are sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
don't like that.
another zombie that's like that later on in the game, I think. At
Oh, I
the
bet
beach
it is.
levels. I won't spoil it, but
Oh, I've played the beach levels a little bit in Ekless though, so
oh, nice. Yeah.
yeah. I don't remember though, so
All
we'll
right.
leave the surprise.
Yeah. But okay. I guess we can move on to the MSM questions now.
Yeah.
Um, so something that I think would be really fun to ask you is what's some of the best fan content and or like just composer songs you've seen on MSM?
Well, I have all the ones that I've like seen, I've covered as well in like videos. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know what I'd say for like the best ones. I mean, there's some that made me laugh a lot, like some of the like the one shoo. It's just like an octopus. Just it's supposed to be an octopus burping. It's
Oh yeah.
shoo. That one gave me a good laugh and like falling down the stairs and stuff like that.
Oh
Those
my
are those are
gosh. Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But there's been some really good songs like the Thomas the Tank Engine song.
Yeah.
That one is really good. There's like a bunch, like the Giga Chad song is really good.
Yeah.
Um, like I'm trying to think what else. There's just some really good ones for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head what I would like pick for best ones. Um, because a lot of them are like good, but like it's just like I listen to it for a minute and I move on. I don't really critique it too much. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, but I like the ones that make me laugh for sure. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of doing like a competition. I might even do a funniest island reward as well, but I might do like $1,000 prize pool,
Whoa.
and then like give
Nice.
like $500 to the best one, and they'll do like 200 for number two, 100 for number three, and then like $200 for the funniest one or something, just to get people involved. because I
Nice.
know a lot of people would enter that competition. But
Yeah.
I'm just worried I get overwhelmed with the submissions, right?
Yeah.
I would need to have
Submissions.
somebody else go through them for me before I even look at them to make sure they can weed out all the bad ones.
Yeah.
I would need to set up certain parameters, like if you want to enter this competition, you must have a fur corn like on each side of your island to prove that this was made for me and not
Yeah.
just being submitted for somebody else. Like
Yeah.
something very specific so you definitely know it's for Matt Shea. And
Yeah.
that way I could weed out some of the people who are just like, I'm just going to take a random island and send it. I would actually make them. I would probably force those people to, if they were to collect their prize, I would need them to verify it's their island. Like, make this edit to your island so you can prove it's yours, and then I'll give you the money.
Yeah. That would be smart.
That's something I'm thinking of doing, but we'll see. But that could be a lot of fun because I think that I would love to see more content in the Composer Islands, and I would love to incentivize that in some way. It could be a fun video, and also it would be something the audience and the community would love. So,
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah.
All right. So there's been a trend in questions for these last few.
Mhm.
So might as well stick with it. With this one.
Yeah.
So what monsters are your favorite and least favorite in MSM? And also, what would you say your least favorite and favorite would be for the islands as well?
Okay. Let's start with least favorite monsters because let's just get the dipsters out of the way here, real quick. Okay, dipsters, we don't like them. Okay, and,
Yeah.
and by we I mean me and lots of other people as well. Dipsters, I don't care for them at all. And there's a few monsters that I really just do not like in the game. I'm trying to think now off the top of my head which ones. Like they're probably some of the ones on like the later islands that I'm just not a big fan of.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Kana for the most part, to be honest. Like I
Oh.
don't. She's okay.
Yeah.
But like on some islands, she just doesn't really do it for me.
I feel like
Let's see.
Light Island is kind of like that. A lot of people have said she's kind of repetitive on Light
That's
Island.
the one. Dum diddly dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
Diddly dum. That's like it's not her worst island, but yeah. I'm trying to think of like monsters I really don't like. There's a few like I really don't like the uh, not the ostrich. I love the ostrich. Yoli. That guy's great.
Oh
But
yeah.
what's the one that's Screamo?
Oh
The
yeah.
ostrich and Screamo sound very similar, right? They're very
Yeah.
Screamo is terrible. Don't like him at all. There's a couple of Wubblins that are just not great.
Yeah.
Um I'm not a fan of Schmoochel. Just don't find Schmoochel adds anything either. But let's talk about monsters I do like a lot. I love Strombonen. Strombonen has been like my favorite monster for a long time, but
Yeah.
I got such a kick out of the hey, I don't even know anymore. I'm like I almost wanted to say that I liked it more than Strombonen. I certainly reacted even more positively to that than I did, I think, to the Strombonen. Like I just had so much fun with him. It was just like just watching him do his little laugh. Because laughing is contagious, right? So I see him
Yeah.
laugh and I'm just gotta laugh myself. Um also like the trailer for that and everything is really cool. So I think they did a really good job adding him to the game.
Yeah.
So adding them to the game. I'm very not respectful of the pronouns. I try, but I can't help but gender the monsters. Okay, some of them are literally women, dude. You're
Yeah. It's easy to slip
gonna
up.
tell me Kana is not a woman? You're gonna tell me Pom Pom and Hula aren't women? It's hard. It's hard, but I understand why they just don't gender the monsters. It's great for them, but I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone really minds that I do. It's kind of it's how we are as a species. We like to put things in categories and refer to things in a way that makes sense to us.
Yeah.
That's not to say anyone who like if a person prefers any kind of pronoun, I will absolutely use it. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm gonna get a knock on the door from Hula getting mad at me because I called it a woman. Called them a woman.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if someone made an edit of that, like, Hula comes to Matt Shea's house, real not clickbait.
Matt Shea called a genderless individual an it and a woman. Wow,
Whoa.
that's not cool. No, I will anyone watching this who's got a different pronoun or whatever. I will always respect anyone who wants to be called whatever they want to be called. That's no problem with me. Anyway,
Yeah.
least favorite monsters. I do actually really love the ostrich. I love like all the mythicals. I gotta say like they're all
Yeah.
pretty great. Um, Strombone is my favorite, but I'd say at least if I couldn't say favorite for this, I would say second favorite for the Hehehe. Just
Yeah.
such a funny guy, and like he's got such a good sound too, like with the organ.
Oh
I
yeah.
just it's just great. It makes me want to do it makes me want to play that on piano. It sounds really
Oh
cool. I
yeah.
might I might have to try and like do a little cover like just on my own time for fun.
Yeah.
Um, Other monsters I really like. The Bowhead honestly is pretty amazing for
Yeah.
like I think he doesn't have enough of a part in the game. In my
Definitely.
opinion, I think
Yeah.
he could do better
Yeah.
in terms of where he is, but he's a really great monster.
Yeah.
Um, the Water Island Epic Wall Box is my favorite Epic Wall Box.
Yes.
I just
Me
like how
too.
much fun he's having, man. It's like the
Yeah.
hey, it's like he's just having so much fun, man. And like when you
Yeah.
see someone have fun, you have more fun, which is like it's my whole strategy on YouTube is have fun. And if people see me have fun, they will also have fun. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. You don't need to make it more complicated than that. Just have a good time. Have
Yeah.
a good time in your niche. Pick a niche and just enjoy it. If that's Minecraft videos, make Minecraft videos. Just, it's obviously difficult to be a YouTuber. I just feel like we're coming full circle here, but it's kind of a good time to do it. Um yeah, it is really complicated to be a YouTuber, but the main thing you have to focus on is just being consistent and like enjoying yourself. If you can
Yeah.
consistently enjoy yourself and you genuinely feel like you're providing some sort of value through your content, whether that's just entertainment or even information, like some people want to do tutorials and things, and that's cool as well. Like there's an audience for whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But in order to reach that audience, you might have to think outside the box and you might have to work pretty hard at it. So,
Yeah.
and favorite islands, you asked me about islands as well.
Yep.
Um, I really like Earth Island.
Yeah.
Wait, no. I really like Fire Haven.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just really like the look of. If I had to pick an island with the best look, I just really like Fire Haven, especially like, with all my trings. I have like a ton of trings,
Yeah.
and then like every other monster as well there. And it's just, I like how that one turned out. Um, but let me see. Is there any others that I really like? Mythical Island is turning out really nice.
Oh
I
yeah.
gotta say. Magical Sanctum is fun, but like it's not like it doesn't stick out as a favorite to me or anything.
Yeah.
And Water Island is generally a lot of fun as well.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw the Reedling, I think,
Hmm.
and I'm a big fan of the Reedling. I just love the way he sounds.
Yeah.
I love the way they sound. It's way too late. It's way too late for me to start using gender neutral pronouns in MSN. I'm like 60 something episodes in.
Yeah.
If I get a request in writing from any of the monsters, I'll respect it. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. um, Honestly, I really want to put my input on these questions since
Yeah, sure.
MSM has been part of like so much of my life. It's crazy. I've started in 2013, and
Wow.
so like I mean, I obviously am not that old. Well, I am kind of old, but not like old old. I'm not even in my 20s yet. But like, um, yeah, it's just been like the majority of my life I've been playing the game, and it's so fun. So
Nice.
I've seen all the islands just grow.
Yeah,
That
it is
yeah,
really fun to watch that. Like every time a new update comes out, I'm like, I can't picture this island without it now. I can't imagine an island. I can't imagine my plant island not having, my epic wallbox on it. I can't imagine
yeah,
plant island like not having, certain monsters. I can't imagine Strombonen not being on Cold Island anymore, right?
yeah,
I mean, Yostrich barely adds to Air Island. I gotta say, Yostrich really is kind of boring on Air Island, but he slaps on Mythical, which is great. With
yeah.
his yo lie. But on the other one, he's just kind of a little boring. Anyway, what else you
Yeah.
got?
Um. Oh yeah. I guess I was gonna answer the question. I didn't
Yeah, what
exactly.
what? Give me
Oh.
give me your least and most favorites.
Um. Let's see. For monsters, my favorites. Honestly, all the mythicals are so
Yeah,
good. Like extremely good.
yeah. I think it's
Um.
one of their best islands that
Yeah.
they've come up with, especially in recent times.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had to pick one of my favorite mythicals, it's so hard to choose one because Strombonen is great. It's
Yeah.
honestly for me it probably has to be between Hehehe and Cherubble because
Mm.
honestly as much as I hate to do this, I probably have to go with Cherubble
Oh
because
yeah.
just the design is so cute and I love harps. So
Oh, nice.
just
Do you love the fact that he's sleeping until you mute him and then he wakes up?
yeah, that
I love
part was really
That's funny.
creative.
He's got the little rest symbol coming up. It's like, oh, is he muted? Nope. Well, yes, but his little minions are the ones doing the song. If you wake him up, they go to sleep. So
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah,
yeah,
Trouble's a fun one.
yeah. And I feel like it's really an odd one out because Sugarbush Island is a really weird island, but I really
Yeah.
like Sugar Beats. As someone who plays the drums for a year, I have been for years now. Um,
Okay.
I just really like the cleanness of the Sugar Beats brings, especially
Nice.
with like the beat drop or whatever you want to call it, where it
Yeah.
all cuts out and then brings in that fill and then just everything
Nice.
comes in, you know.
And so I have a question for you
All right.
in regards to you saying you really like sugar beats. How do you feel drum roll? Drum
Duum
roll? Is
Duum
it
roll,
drum
I
roll
think.
or drum roll?
I think
Whatever.
it's
What do
yeah.
you think of the drumming wobbling?
I think it's pretty cool.
He just goes like he's pretty fun as far as I remember. Like
Yeah.
I guess
He's
he's not as good as it's the Sugar Bush guy, but Sugar Beats.
yeah. Duum roll is pretty cool. I mean, can't say that I've raved over him a lot, but I really do like the complex since he does have like who knows how many arms. Literally in the bio, it's like
Oh
we don't
yeah,
know
it's like
how many arms he has.
how many
Like
arms does he have?
who knows?
He just
Um,
keeps pulling them out like they just come out of nowhere. Pretty
yeah.
great.
But like I just really like how rhythmically active he is.
Yeah,
It's cool. But
yeah.
now I gotta think of his least favorite. Hmm.
Yeah, who do you
Honestly,
hate?
um, I feel like I feel like I'm probably gonna pick something from Woblin Island. Woblin Island. I mean, it's really different. It's really cool, but
Easy
like,
mode. You're playing on easy mode, picking a Wublin Island.
all
Wublin Island is pretty trash, man. Come on.
right. You know
Wublin
what?
Island was one of their first like big islands they introduced, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, actually, I have a monster from Celestial Island. Honestly, Celestial Island is a good island, but I feel like the Galvana kind of ruins it. I
Yeah.
don't really like it, the sound of it. I mean,
Well, my
on in Dawn of Fire it sounds great, but
yeah, I'm looking
in
forward to hearing those in Dawn of Fire.
mm, yeah, but just in the main game, like it doesn't really sound as good as I wished. I mean, I
Yeah.
get that it's like the what god of the MSM world or something, and like I mean, makes
Right.
so it kind of makes sense why I would need so many. But I just
No.
I would have I wish I could ask for maybe a slightly better sound. I
Yeah,
guess
that's
with it.
I think I have only 5 of my Celestials are awake. Ludwig, Hornicle, Glacier, and what's Tort? Tort is there. And I
Mhm.
think there might be one more. I'm not sure if I have Furnos awake or not.
Hmm.
But yeah, those are the only ones I have. So my island is pretty chill because I was like, I'm just let's just mute the rest. Just have the
Yeah,
little rootoot and the piano playing and a couple other things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess since I should answer the islands question.
Yep.
Um,
Best and worst. Let's go.
all right. Favorite. It's honestly for me, it's in between Mythical Island and oh my gosh, I just yeah, I'm a mess.
One. Describe it. I'll help you.
I'm just mentally going through it all. I might just like pull up the game right now, like honestly.
That's why I just keep googling. I'm like, ask me questions. I'm gonna Google it.
All right, I'm opening I'm opening the game. Oh my gosh.
Go through your islands and see.
Let's see. What is? Oh yeah, Bone Island. Bone Island. Right.
Bone. That's
All
your
right.
least favorite?
No, favorite. That's my
Oh,
favorite.
okay.
Between Bone Island and Mythical Island.
I like the
Those two.
Fangler on Bone Island anyway.
Oh yeah,
Da,
definitely.
da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good time. It's like when I'm hearing it in my head and I hear rat da 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 rat da da, and I hear him go na da da. That's all I really can remember, and the Clacula part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Clacula goes off in there.
I just love MSM because of the way it's just a song layered in like track by track, and those are always fun to watch. Like if you watch like actual artists do that, and like you ever see the guy who does the get the F out of bed?
Uh,
You know, it's like oh, get the F out of bed, get the F out of bed, B go. I'm trying not to swear here, and then it's like boom 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 ba-da-dun-dun. Anyway, he does that like live in a mix, and he just like starts adding parts to it, and it's just so cool to watch. And like that's why I love MSM so much, because it's just it's a song layered in track by track,
yeah,
and you end up with something that sounds really awesome, and
yeah,
you feel like everybody contributed and worked really hard to make it happen. And that's a fun thing, you know. It's like I know they're just inanimate, like they're not real, they're just monsters, but still everybody's working together to make a song happen. It's a game about cooperation, and it's a game about celebrating the differences between people, right?
yeah,
I mean, that's kind of what it is. Like it's a very inclusive game. I mean, we've already discussed the whole gender neutral thing, but like just in general, like it's very inclusive. There's kind of like a monster for everybody that someone can kind of relate to, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Um, I also want to give an honorable mention to Fire Oasis because honestly, I think Trouble really made the song so much better, in my
Right.
opinion.
I have Fire Oasis open on my monitor right now, looking at the monsters in it. Before you said that, I already had it open. So I was
Nice.
like, "What?" I was like, "What's that? What is? How does Fire Oasis sound again?"
Yeah. All right, and now I have to do the sad question and answer. What's my least favorite island?
Hmm.
Um, I could go the easy way out and say Amber Island, but generally that's kind of like people kind of think it's not the best. Generally,
It's it's a little messy. I don't know. It's like so much going on it.
yeah,
It doesn't feel super cohesive to me. But
yeah.
you
So
can. The good thing is you can at least kind of customize the song to your liking. You can mute parts you don't like, and kind of make it a little better, right? Because you don't
yeah,
need to include them all. You can put some to sleep if you don't like the way they sound, which is one thing I like about MSM. It's customizability, right? You can slow it down, you can speed it up,
yeah,
change what's in the song, make your own song. You can do
yeah.
it all.
hmm Yeah,
The world is your oyster.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if we disregard that Amber Island exists for this moment, I don't know. Honestly, I know this probably isn't like a super popular opinion, but honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Fairy Island. Um, I don't know really why, but I just never really was the biggest fan of it. That one monster, the mushroom dude, Cantorel, I think his name is, or their name.
Can-
Um,
Cantarell. Yeah.
yeah. Honestly,
You
I
never
mean
know
they're
mushroom.
unique, but like I don't know. I feel
Except
like
the Winnie wow, Winnie wow, Winnie wow, Winnie wow, Winnie whoa no. Those
yeah,
guys, I love them. But they're also, yeah, a little weird. I
yeah,
was trying to think it in my head, and like when you mention an island, like I have to take a second to think about it in my head, and I'm like do 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 ba ba dum bum bum. I'm like, yep, now I got it. Now I remember it.
yeah,
I instantly pictured Bridget, and I was like,
yeah,
okay. Now remember how the song goes.
yeah. Um, so I guess I might as well move on to it's the final the final question. Yeah. I wanted to end off with a kind of random question. I actually asked this basically the same question to um Soleil G in one of my previous interviews. So
Yeah, the
I was like,
tone.
oh yeah,
Cool dude. Cool dude.
definitely. So I was like, hey, why I should ask Matt this because I mean I feel like he would probably have some sort of good story behind it. So what's the weirdest comment you've ever run across on your channel?
The thing is, I'm not actually sure. Like I've gotten a lot of weird comments, but like not I don't really think there's one comment that sticks out necessarily right now. Like, I mean, I've got strange comments over the years. I've done reading your comments videos a bunch.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, my whole whiz word arc came from one kid named Raekwon Sutton, and he commented he's a wizard, and I just ran with it. I was like, that's funny. I guess that's me, and I got a little wizard hat for a joke, and it just became a thing. That wasn't the weirdest comment though. Like, I don't know. I get lots of weird comments. like usually I just kind of like raise my eyebrows and move on because I get a lot of comments. I can bring up my comment section and find the weirdest comment that's been commented in the last like couple days. See if I can bring up a weird one.
Oh,
How about
bet.
that?
All right.
Bet you I could. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
It's like comment roulette or something. Who knows?
Yeah. No. There's yeah. I actually. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think I have any particular weird comment that comes to mind. Like, just people say really dumb stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, and they like. I love it when people call me out and say that I'm wrong about something when they're the ones that are wrong. Like that happens. That happens quite a bit. But most of my comments are like super like innocuous. They're like, oh, just little comments about like the game that I'm playing, right?
Yeah.
Like I beat a toppable BTD6, and someone said it's high e hee hee. Is it though? I
Hmm.
mean, that's what I said in the video. I was like, I thought it was like high hee hee, like Michael Jackson or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. The monster handler Matt said it was yeah, so I'm gonna call it a yeah. Right?
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah. So we'll call him a yeah. No big deal.
Yeah.
I'm getting night. Someone said I am getting nightmare of yeah with a scared face.
Great comment. I remember when I did my reaction video on the Trouble. My first instinct was to call it the Cherable. Like you
Right.
cherish it. I mean,
Yeah.
it just made sense to me, and then over
Cherub
time,
rock.
yeah,
Yeah. Like something is. Yeah. I kind of get that. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what the names are supposed to be, but I called it Cherubble because like you're in trouble now.
yeah,
That's the way I saw it. But yeah, I get the other way too. I understand.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for you.
Nah, it's
This
all right.
nothing
Don't.
really comes to mind.
But
I've
allow
gotten so
me
many.
to make a sick transition to check out my other interview where Sully it says a really funny thing.
Does
Yo,
he?
transition. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe I could tell you after the fact so that I don't spoil it for everyone else. Maybe.
Shh. If this is the outro, just let them click on it. Okay, just let them click on the video.
Yeah.
We'll give them a few seconds. It's all good. Click it.
Yeah.
Go watch it. You got through this one. You champ.
Oh yeah.